in your column, and of course you don't write your headline, but the headline says, it's too early for the Cowboys to fire Jason Garrett, but his arrogance is inching him closer to the end. Would you say that's a fair headline for your column?
Well, yes, because although, I wasn't really expecting the backlash, most of the comments were too early. 5 years ago would have been good. I meant too early this season. Once you've decided to keep him, I wouldn't fire him at 3-3. I mean, that, or even, we'll get to it, I'm sure, but even after this week. Now, I've written before, after the 2017 season, that he should be fired. So I'm not immune to thinking that Garrett should go. I just, once you're in the middle of a season, usually you don't accomplish a lot with coaching changes.
But I wonder about this, Tim, where does this hinge on Lincoln Riley's availability of leaving Oklahoma?
Everybody here would like to think that. I've only talked to Lincoln Riley once about that, and he didn't, he's not going to tell me, yes, I'm thinking about, I'd love to come to the Cowboys. He's got such a thing going in Oklahoma. I don't know if you leave that job for the Dallas Cowboys. Now you could, and if he's watched a lot and he really believes in Dak Prescott, then he could convince himself that's the way to go. But I mean, beyond that, there's a huge drop down to who's next.
Okay, but would you
got his extension?
If you're Lincoln Riley, Riley, would you leave Oklahoma for the Cowboys?
No,
I wouldn't either. Lincoln Riley joins us Thursday, I believe. Is that right, Todd?
That is correct.
Yeah. I wouldn't, because I'm just not sure what I'm walking into there. But you have to be, whoever you bring in, if that's the case, they got to be sold on Dak Prescott.
Absolutely. And you also, I mean, you're starting to see, and it'll take time, we won't know this year, starting to see some decent results from Cliff Kingsbury in that offense with Kyler Murray. And that would be something like Lincoln Riley would bring to the party. But still, I mean, Oklahoma, Stoops stayed there 17, 18 years. Riley's got that thing going, obviously, to understate it. And he's not getting fired there anytime. So I don't think I would make that move.
All right, well, what is the big issue with the Cowboys? They look great against inferior competition, and then they ran into some good competition and didn't look good, and then they ran into the Jets and lost the game. So do we know who the Cowboys are yet, Tim?
I do not think we do. And they seem to be a team that, while everybody else deals with injuries, if they have one key guy on either side of the ball, oh, my God. Well, Amari Cooper's not playing. Well, they can't possibly function on offense anymore. Let's resort to last year when they, couldn't throw the ball for 7 games till he got here. And that's kind of what happened, even though they eventually piled up some yards Sunday. I mean, there's no reason to ever be behind the Jets 21-3 at the half. And on the other side, the defense was very, very good last year, and they thought they were going to move up to the elite class. And they've had one good game. They played well against the Saints, even though that was Bridgewater. But they did a good job against Kamara and a good job on Thomas. Other than that, this defense, they don't have any sacks. They don't get turnovers. Secondary is a suspect. The highly touted linebackers aren't doing much. So it's really a team that's underachieving, and that's what I think leads everybody in the direction of the head coach.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV, stream for free on BR Live, or download the Dan Patrick Show app.